I don't think that I'll ever get used to the beginning of a video. I feel a lot of anxiety. I have a lot of false starts. And then like today I had several false starts. I finally got into the video, got to where I felt comfortable again. And then the camera shut off because my battery was dead. I have no clue where it left off. I was so frustrated I just deleted it. So here I am starting over, and I've had several false starts. And this is just what you're gonna get. So here I am. I'm Megan, Stitching May, just in case you're just tuning into your first video. And I'm here for my March update, but it kind of carried into April because every single stitching plan that I had last month completely went out the window. Like whips, rotation, sowels, everything went out the window, including my video plans. I had tried and told myself I was going to do a video every 2 weeks, and that's what I eventually want to try to do. I just never feel like I have enough stuff to show you guys every 2 weeks. I don't know why. I feel you guys help me. Like, I feel like I have to get more stitching done to show you guys more progress. But then at the same time, I'm like, oh, they're going to be bored with that video. So sometimes it delays the video. And I've realized the longer I delay a video, the easier it gets to delay the video and the harder it gets to start a video. Anyway, Flosstube itchy nose. Anyway, I am here now. And I do have some stitchy progress to show you. I have 2 finishes. One could have been a finish, but I decided to delay it. And a little bit of haul. Some of it is March haul and some of it is April haul. I think that's Lori playing Words with Friends with me. And then some stitchy plans and a small, kind of big announcement, but it doesn't really affect anything. So I'll start off. I have no excuse for my lack of video. I think some of it does have to do with the fact that I'm working more. The area I work is float pool, which means that if there's a unit that's short, that's where they put us. And there's been some changes in the hospital, and there's just a big need for a float pool right now. We've actually got kind of a temporary area open because our census has been so high. And float pool is covering that, as well as being salt and peppered throughout the hospital to cover the other area. So there's a lot of demand on the float pool right now, which is great. Job security. But my contract actually requires that I work, because I'm as needed, that I require 2 days, that my contract requires that I work 2 days per pay period. However, my bank account requires that I work 4 days per pay period. Lately I've been doing 5, and they call me on days I'm off seeing if I can work. So it kind of depends. We are getting like incentive pay to work extra, which is awesome. Because my small big announcement is that I will be joining the others for the North America Flosstube retreat in Austin in October. I was on the fence, and then through some arm twisting and encouragement, arm twisting from other Flosstubers and some encouragement from my husband, I finally took the plunge and committed myself to go. I will be flying over and up, over and down, I don't know, with Emily, Eclectic Possessions. And guys, feel sorry for her. Maybe, you know, go over to her channel and thank her. I don't know. Send her some thanks from me, some love from me. Because this is going to be my first true flight. I've been on a small single engine plane that, you know, we went up and toured a city and then came down, and that's it. And this girl likes her feet on the ground. Like, even rides and stuff, I like my feet on the ground. If I was supposed to fly, I'd have wings. Nonetheless, I've committed myself. Money is involved, and I want to go. So Emily has threatened or kind of joked about vlogging the experience. That would be interesting. I don't know if she actually will. We'll have to see. And I will be rooming with Melody Stitches, one of our fellow Flosstubers. She and I have been Skyping some together, and so we decided that we were both going to go. I twisted her arm to going, and so we're going to be sharing a room together. And there's some others that are going that I'm really excited about, but some of them haven't made announcements on their channels, so I don't want to spoil the surprise if they're making, you know, if they're going to be there or whatever. But I'm really, really excited about meeting everybody, and I'm looking forward to it a lot. Of course, oh wow, see, I almost outed somebody that they were going, and I don't want to do that. And so anyway, also, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm in a new filming area. This is my new craft room. The other day, Sunday, I believe it was, my husband messaged me at work and said, or I think he called me. Anyway, he was like, he got in touch with me. He's like, I need to tell you something, but I don't want you to be mad. And I'm like, oh gosh, what happened? Because he had taken my son to the park, and I'm like, is everybody physically okay? And he's like, yes. I'm like, okay, then what's going on? He's like, oh, I'll show you, but just don't be mad. And he sent me a picture, and he had started moving my craft stuff into the office. I'm like, what's going on? And he said that that he had decided to switch it out. He claims that it's because I was overgrowing the stitchy area. I think the clutter was bothering him. He's a little more OCD than I am. But I've joked and said he's getting a new TV and I got a craft room. I called it part of my early birthday present. He says no, it's just because he wanted me to have my own, space or whatever. So we took everything that was in the office area, or in the office room, and moved it out to what I use as my craft nook, and then moved everything that was in my craft nook into the office. And I have to tell you guys, oh my gosh, it was so overwhelming. I came home that morning. It was a Monday night. Anyway, I work third shift. I never know what day of the week it is. But I came home that morning from work, and I got so overwhelmed because half my stuff was in one spot and half of it was in the other. And we hadn't 100% decided if this was just going to be my stitch room, or if we were just going to move my stitch corner in here or what. And in the end, we ended up moving everything in here, and this is now my craft room. It does have some of my son's craft stuff in here, and then there's a small closet that's got some of my husband's stuff stashed away. But when you walk in, all you really see is my stuff. So I'm really excited about it. The office area looks much better, much cleaner, much neater out there. And then with my craft room, when I want to be messy, I can close the door and he doesn't have to see my mess. But anyway, so this is it. I will show it to you later. Guys, it's so bad right now. There's stuff everywhere. It's all kind of got to settle down and get fine-tuned. All the, little things. I don't really know where I'm going to put them yet. But in that, I realized that I had way too many magazines. I've got a whole shelf and a half of magazines alone. So I'm going to eventually weed through the magazines. They're the older magazines from like the 80s. Some of them are older than I am. I'm going to go through and pick out the patterns that I know that I want and put them in page protectors or sheet protectors, and then in 3-ring binders in probably alphabetical order, I think. I figured that would be the easiest. But anyway, and then I'm going to go through some stash and get rid of some stash. So that's been a little awakening. Nonetheless, I do have 2 finishes. One almost finished that I decided to, I could have finished it, but I decided to delay it where I could use it for a sale in April. And a little bit of haul, not a whole lot. And then I have some plans that I'll be doing for April. So let's just jump right in now that I talked 20 minutes about not cross-stitch stuff into my cross-stitching. My first finish was my April towel. And again, this is the Stony Creek Towels of the Month. It's a pamphlet. It's got all 12 months. I got my copy at Hobby Lobby. You can get it from the Stony Creek website, and you can also get it from, I think, 123 Stitch. I got mine, 2 copies actually, because I lost one, from Hobby Lobby using their 40% off coupon. I think I paid like $6 for it, using a 40% off coupon. April was an amazing, it was so fun and so quick to stitch. I don't know if it's because of the spring colors and I'm ready for spring and, warmer weather, or if it's, and I'm generally not a spring person. I generally hate spring. Between my allergies and the storms, we had some horrible storms just this week on Wednesday. They actually had kind of closed some schools around me. My son's school stayed open, and they said that they felt like some kids would be safer in the school building than, having to be with a sitter, or some even home alone. And it wasn't just his school, it was his school system. And because they had older kids that would be home alone possibly, and they felt like they would be safer at the school. And then they made a second announcement saying that, you know, that if you decided that you did want your child to be at home with you during this time, that absences weren't going to be counted. It was not, the day did not count toward the school year. It was just to where if somebody felt like their children would be safer in the school building, they could be there. But so storms, like, storms, and a normal thunderstorm, I'm okay. You put hail, wind, tornadoes, the risk of tornadoes, and I'm like a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. But this spring, I've been looking forward to the warmer weather for some reason, and this was so fun to stitch. I guess maybe it's because it's my birthday month too. I don't know. This was a really fun stitch. And then my other finish, which was a completely unplanned finish, and this is the reason that my rotation and everything kind of got hijacked. I finished my Plum Street Samplers, 12 Days of Christmas. I'm going to hold it up because I don't think you'll be able to hear me behind this board. There it is. I finished this month, I think the 8th and the 7th day. And guys, I loved this piece. I loved every bit of this piece. This is stitched on 32 count Witchelt lamb's wool linen, and it is stitched with DMC. The red is 115. I don't remember what the green was. Of course, DMC 310, and then just a basic gold color. I don't remember that number either. If you really want to know the numbers, I can look them up for you. Just ask me below and I will write them down for my next video if you want to know those. I'm going to try to do the Q&A. I didn't have a lot of questions on my last video. I'm trying to do better about keeping up with my questions. And I'm going to try to do a Q&A next video. So if you have questions, let me know and I'll try to answer them. And then I got a little bit of progress done on my 99 bottles. Here that is. I finished out this shelf and moved on to this top shelf. This is the very top shelf. So once I finish this top shelf, I'll only have the bottom 3 to finish, and then I will be done with this project. So that's about 44 more bottles. So I'm a little over halfway done. And I did change my red stripe bottle after discussing it with my sponsor and dear friend Lori. She decided that the red stripe bottle was too high, and if you're familiar with red stripe, it is significantly shorter than other bigger bottles. So I made some adjustments to that. Let me tell you, after I made, not because of her, but after I decided the adjustment, I stitched that bottle 3 times. I kept messing up. Had nothing to do with the changes that, you know, I decided to make. It was just I kept making stupid mistakes, and I finally got it done. And then I put this down for a while, and I will stitch on it again this month, and I'll talk about that more later with my plans. And then the piece, this is stitched on, I want to say 32 count lamb's wool Lugana. It's an even weave, and this project has made me realize that I don't like even weave. I'm a Ada or a linen girl. Linen first and then Ada second, and then I would do an even weave. I don't like the way the fabric pulls. Nothing against it, it's just I think I stitch too tight for the even weave. I think I pull it too taut. And then the project that was excuse me, sorry. The project that was almost a finish but didn't make it because I put it off was my mixed berry cheesecake by Glendon Place with the Dinky Dye special edition threads. This has been a lot of fun once at the I call it the retreat, the Stitchy weekend that Lori and some of us went to. We sat down and finally got all my colors cut and sorted and untangled, and after that was done, this has been so much fun to stitch. All that is left is the beading, and I purposely put that off because I'm going to use that for the Diamond April Sal. I did decide to add some extra fabric. I just sewed, is that the correct word? I just attached. When you can't find the right word, change your sentence. some waist fabric to it so that it would fit in this larger Q-snap. That way I don't have to worry about crushing the beads. So this is my arrow that shows which way is up. I will pull that out when I start the beading. That way I don't get lost. But so next month I will do the beading, and I should have this one finished in April, which will make me very excited. And then my new start, I'm sure you all guessed what it is. It is my May towel for the Stony Creek Towels of the Month. This is the last one that I had to start. Once I finish this one, and then in June for the Wine and Lips, finish January, I will be completely done. And this is where I am. I already have the word May stitched, and then some of the stems. I will, all that is on this is the word May, I think 3 bees or butterflies, and then 2 potted plants of tulips, and then I'll be done. This one's gonna be another quick one, and it's gonna be fun. But that's as far as I am on this one. Nothing to be impressed by. And these are the Aberdeen towels from, I want to say, who makes these towels? Do I have the tag in here? Oh, I do. Charles Craft Aberdeen towel, and it's on 14 count. And I'm doing the called for DMC in the chart, and stitching 3 over, it's like Ada, so 3 over 1. I am using 3 floss strands instead, so to make it a little bolder. Okay. And that is it stitching wise. Now, haul wise, oh, it's my blanket. Oh, I'll have to get it later. Haul wise, let's see here, because that's part of my stitch from stash. So let me look at my journal. I think I had $3.55 rollover from February to March, and then each month I have $25. So that gave me $28.55. I then got $10 for my April towel finish, and then I got $25 for the 12 Days of Christmas because of the the stitch count, the grid that Stephanie gave us. And so I purchased 2 things. One was Dragonfly. Oh, or you'll see what then. One was a pattern and one was fabric, and which left me with all that $12 and some odd cents to roll over to April. So I will show you what I got. One is a pattern that I purchased from somebody on Stash Unload, and or I found it on Stash Unload. And it's one that I've wanted for a while, and I've stalked this pattern, and I don't want to say I have buyer's remorse because I purchased it, but I will say it's the most I think I've ever spent on a pattern alone. But then I've realized that there are other patterns that cost about the same amount, so I don't feel quite as bad. I finally got a hold of one of the Terrence Nolan Wee Beasties. This is part 5. He is the common green darner dragonfly. This guy was going from anywhere from $80 to almost $200 on eBay. Some of these go for $200, guys. Why are we doing that to each other? It's a pattern. I don't get it. I don't understand why we're putting such high prices on out of print. I get it. If you put a normal price and the bid gets up to that high, more power to you. But when you have your starting off bid at $199 for a pattern, really? I mean, the guy that designed it didn't get that much money for it. Why? Sorry. Off of the soapbox. I finally got this pattern, and I'm very excited about stitching it. I've already got some of the blending filaments, and that's all this one has is some Krenix. And I've got a local store that's getting rid of her cross stitch stuff, and is a frame shop that's got like a very meager amount of stitching stuff, and I purchased some of the blending filaments in April, so for like 50 cents a piece. Like, she's clearing her stuff out. But there it is. I'm excited. It's got some blending filament and then, or blended threads. I'm very excited. It's really cute because it's got this this note on it. Let me see if I can find it. It's a letter. It's a little letter. And it says, "My dearest Amelia, I awoke amongst dragons today. Not the fierce, fire-breathing type, as dated 1900, but the little flying whimsical sort. By the time of my waking this morning, the summer sun had warmed the day sufficiently that the air was alive and glistening with dragonflies. Did I ever tell you how scared I was of these fellows when I was a child? My dreadful Aunt Hortensia had told me when I was a small child that dragonflies were the devil's darning needles, and if I were to allow them to catch up with me, they would surely sew my mouth shut. I am older now and have come to adore dragonflies, while nothing nearly so spectacular has happened to my feelings towards Hortensia. Do little inform me that the dragonflies currently surrounding us are called common green darners, the Latin name for which is Ana Junis, which means appropriately Lord of June. The Lords of June, my dearest, are exquisite and strange and put me in mind of you and I. It is a truth in this world that you and I are from another time and stand out as exquisite and strange, and so are very well suited. We are blessed to be different, exquisite, and strange. As always, I look forward to coming home and seeing your smiling face. In love, Frisbee." So I'm assuming that each little pattern that he has a story about, and kind of teaches you about the dragonfly itself, or the bug itself. But I have no clue what I'm going to stitch this on, because it calls for, the fabric, it says that it was distressed vintage linen. So that means they distress it themselves. So I've got to find some fabric to stitch it on. I was looking at some Picture This Plus fabric. Guys, if you have any suggestions, let me know. It's kind of a distressed natural linen look. That's what the linen's it's supposed to look like. That's what it calls for. So if you know of anything that looks kind of like that, let me know. And then the other purchase in March was this very large piece of linen. Now this is it folded in half. It goes, it's a whole yard. It's a whole yard. I got this at Hobby Lobby. I was looking for, I don't remember what I was looking for, but I asked if they had, let's say burlap or something. And she pointed me in the direction of the upholstery fabrics. And she said, the only thing we have is a burlap linen over in the corner. And I walked over there, and lo and behold, it was cross-stitch linen. It's just kind of a pale, or not pale, kind of an ecru color. Not an off-white, but not a white. I stitched it out over to, we got 14 stitches, which means it's 28 count. And it's soft and silky and amazing, and I got a whole yard, and I used my 40% off coupon, so I got the whole yard for $10. So I was very excited about that. They still have some there. So check out your Hobby Lobby in the upholstery section and see if they don't have this maybe, and you can get a really good deal. That was all of my haul for March. I'm gonna go ahead and show you some of the haul that I started in April, like April the 1st-ish, because I'm afraid if I don't show it now, I'll forget to show it in the next video, because I thought that I did. I had planned on dividing this up, like March stuff and April stuff, and it was too hard to try to do that and remember what I had done in April and what had started in March. So I'm just gonna give it all to you and tell you where it divides. So like I said, I had gone to the little store that's shutting down. It's not shutting down. She's getting rid of her stitchy stuff. And I also went to a new quilting store. I say new, it's been here for 2 years. I've just never been to it 3 years. But it's actually been in one place and moved. But I went there and I picked up some scissors. Guys, these are my favorite scissors and I can't find them anywhere. And these are the cheapest scissors. They're like $3.99 for a pair. And I'm going to have to talk and see if this, I think this is going to end up counting against my stash because technically I'm not collecting them, but I got them because they were the last 2 pair and I can't ever find these scissors anywhere. They are technically of the brand Allray, A-L-L-A-R-Y, and you can find them for bulk, but I don't need 150 pair of scissors. I just need like 1 or 2 here and there. So I went ahead and got these. I don't really care about the pattern. They're just amazing scissors, but these do have little safety pins on them, white with multicolor safety pins. And then this is tiger print. Don't care about tiger print. I'm not an animal print kind of girl, but hey. And then Joann's had a sale. They had their Thread Magic on sale for like, it's normally $9.99, and they had it. I was looking for it because I needed some for when I started the beading and the acrylics, and they had it on sale for $4.99, and I got 2 of them and used, I want to say like a free shipping or a flat rate shipping, so I got 2 for like $10, and they're including shipping, and they're normally $9.99 a piece. But if you haven't tried Thread Magic, it's amazing. It's got these little slits to where you can slide your thread down into the whatever this stuff is, and it feels just like Thread Heaven. The case is what's different, and I've told myself what I might do. I don't know why I didn't do this, but I think I'm gonna maybe next time see if I can't get some Thread Heaven in here, because Thread Heaven is much cheaper and much more readily available. And once this is gone, put the Thread Heaven down in this container and just use this container for Thread Heaven, because it's more the container than, I don't notice a lot of difference between the substance of this and the substance of Thread Heaven. And then I did stash, probably shouldn't have, but I did. I got a few things from the from the store. One is this kit. It's the Prairie Schooler Here Comes Santa Claus 2005 limited edition, and it is the entire kit. It comes with the linen. This is my 3rd kit like this. It comes with the linen and all of the crescent color works that you. My camera cut off again. How rude. I think I was discussing this kit and the fact that this was my 3rd time getting this kit. And it came with the kit, the needle, and the fabric, which is I think a 28 count Zygert natural raw linen. And then it came with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these crescent color flosses. Guys, I'm just gonna say, I won't tell you how much I paid for it, but I got this kit for cheaper than I could buy these flosses. The colorways are Dulce de Leche, Bamboo, kind of quickly, Desert Mesquite, yeah, Bandana, Black Coffee, another Desert Mesquite, and another Black Coffee, and another Bandana. So I had some repeats. And I couldn't have gotten I could not have gotten these flosses for what I paid for the entire kit. So I picked that up. And then I got this small, I think I paid like $1 for this. This is the Night Before Christmas. And it's called Let There Be Night. And it's just a cute little, I thought that would be a cute ornament. I may or may not do the cabin and just do the moon and the sleigh. May just do the cabin. I don't know. I just thought it was a really cute pattern, and all of our stuff was 50% off. So, and then I got the Krennics that I needed for my some of the Krennics I needed for my common green darner. This one is Linen Filament 014. called, does it have a name on it? No. Not on the spool itself. I'm sure it's got a color. But that's that one. This one is so old, it was still when it was called Balger threads, which is the same as Krennic. It's just before Krennic became Krennic is when it was called Balger. But Chartreuse, which is 015. And this again is the blending filament. And then 095, which is Starburst. Again, a Balger thread instead of a Krennic. I already had one of these, but this is a very iridescent one, so I thought I would get it because I figured I could use it for other things too. And then 015 High Luster, which is the Chartreuse High Luster. Looks more metallic-y instead of the iridescent. And this one I got just because I liked it. It is, I don't even know what number it is. And it was called Black 005. But I didn't know if it had a number on it. But it's just a shiny black. I don't know if you can see it. I just like that one. Got that one. But that is everything for this video. Oh, no, it's not. I've got to do my plans. Where's my notebook? Ones and stuff. And I need that. Oh, there it is. I'm not used to not having my table in front of me. So, next month. So, I told you I had the finish of the towels. So next month, the sales I plan to try to participate in are the Color Weekend, which is in Stitch from Stash, and that's on the 7th through the 9th, and it's anything related to diamonds, and including beading. So that's why I saved the beading for Mixed Fairy Cheesecake, because I was going to bead that for that sale, as well as the Color a Day, which is in Stitch Mania, and that is on the 15th. I'm going to try to do some of the Jessie Marie Does stuff stitch along, but my issue is it goes over a weekend, and I know I won't be able to keep up with those because I work weekends, and oddly enough I think that it goes on to one of the Mondays that I'm working. So I will try to do the tax day, which I'm going to try to work on my dragonfly ornament, which is one of the ones that I started on for the Crazy 7 in Cross Stitch and Discuss. Guys, I'm sure you guys know now that Cross Stitch and Discuss is no more. And I hate to see it go, but I can honestly say that I know how hard it is to be an admin. And I can respect the decision. I mean, I had to step down myself. It was taken away from my stitching, etc. And I know that there's some mixed feelings about the fact that it was shut down instead of handed off. And I know that Oldie cared a lot about the group. And I'm sure it would have hurt her to see. It would have been hard, not hurt, but been hard to see somebody else run the group, especially if they ran it in a direction she didn't want it to go. So I completely understand and can respect that when they decided to step down, that they closed the group instead of passing the reins to somebody else. And if you're looking for a group, I mean, there's tons of groups out there that are amazing and inclusive, just like that one was. And as always, if you got one that if you want to run a group a different way, try to start one yourself. Let me know, and I'll join it, and I'll be there with you. But I hate to see it go, but I can completely respect the decision that was made. And that's all that I'll say. Anyway, it was one of the Crazy 7s that I started, and it's supposed to be a taxing whip, and that one I'm scared to death about the final beating of the body, so I'm going to try that one for tax day. And then on my birthday, which is April the 18th, Tuesday, April the 18th, so Jessie Marie's birthday sale includes my birthday. How cool is that? I may do a new start on my birthday, and I'm not going to tell you what that is because there's several that I want to start. It's one that I've shown recently. It was a kit that I purchased. I've just got to find the fabric. And then Earth Day for Stitch Mania, which is on April the 22nd. I'm going to do Tree of Hope because that's kind of earthy. My goals for April are to finish my May towel, finish my mixed berry cheesecake, and do 4 bottles on 99 bottles, and do 150 stitches in my needleworker, which is by, I want to say, Country Cottage Needleworks. It's another one of my crazy 7s, and it's one that I haven't touched in a while, but now that I have my own room, I'm really excited about finishing it, and I think that's going to kind of become another focus on a finished piece. But I've already been stitching on that today. I got to stitch with Kelly. She came. I'm so directionally challenged, up and over and up. I mean, she came over and we stitched some today, and my dog Trip cheated on Emily. He's just a womanizer. He fell in love with Emily and slept in her lap the last 2 times she's been here, and today he fell in love with Kelly and slept in her lap. I didn't get a picture this time because I didn't want to break Emily's heart. I thought it would hurt her too bad if she knew that my dog cheated on her. But she came over, we had breakfast, we had bagels and some wonderful fruit, and we stitched for a while, and it was great. As far as Stitch from Stash, I think I had $12 rollover, and then of course my $25 budget. So far I've spent, I'll count, oh, I didn't count that, so, ooh, 8, I can't do math, about $25. So I'm at my budget, but I have some rollover, and then hopefully we'll have 2 finishes this month. And then progress for my Year of Whips means that I have finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 7 of my 15 whips this week. This month, if I finish the next 2, that'll be 9 of my 15. And that is 1, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finishes. 5 finishes for this year. So I'm really excited about that. Very, very, very excited about that. And that's now everything. And I think this video was a lot longer than I expected because it has been so long since I've done a video. So as always, thank you guys for watching. If you're new, please subscribe, and I'll come back to you with a video soon. I'm not going to put a time limit on it because it won't happen. And if you have any questions, like I said, feel free to ask. I will either answer them in the comments, but I'm going to try to save them for like a Q&A thing. So I really like that. Because I feel like it acknowledges your viewers whenever you answer the questions in a video. So I'm going to try to do that. And as always, have fun and happy stitching.